What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in again from my mini account on the Asia server, and as I promised, this will be an account review video from my mate who has been asking for it for a while and I just kept putting it off. So here you go, this one is for you, man. I hope it's useful both for you and maybe anyone else who's watching. See what we can do about your account. So let's see, TitledAsura 2. I hope I actually pronounced it properly. Let's see what you got. Now, of course, there's a lot of things I cannot see from outside your account, but I will try and give some tips and pointers, guides, see if you can go anywhere from there. Now, I see you have a guild, so that's good stuff, and you do PvP, you have a bunch of heroes, all good. I wonder why only Chase is in your account there, but whatever, man. Let's see what you have. I went through your units and I can see you have a Miruru and the Nyx moderately built. So essentially, I do not really like to comment on PvP, but you already have a PvP team half built. You have a Lowman somewhere down here. Raise him up to 5 star and get him the levels, give him some proper gear, and then you just essentially need a Leo and you have a meta team. So, PvP should be easy with that. But I do not want to get too much into PvP because I don't like it in King's Raid. That's the truth. I just don't like it. That's a meta team. I hate it, but it works. Let's see PvE wise. Now, I went through your units and something I noticed that you don't really like to 5 star your gears. Definitely you need to farm more for that stuff and try and optimize gears. Some of them are okay, but a lot of them could use improvement. I know it terribly sucks. Ever since they made the duplicate stats, it's nightmare to get proper gear. And yeah, I know that I have been farming and it's really hard to get good gears, but try and optimize, and then the results will come. Now, I do see that you are in a guild, but I do not see a lot of Manticore gear on you. So I'm not sure if your guild is clearing guild raids at all, or are they doing not so many, or what kind of guild that is. Um, Ideally, you want to be in a guild that does this, that does clear hell mode like twice a week, maybe three if they are really good, but that needs a really dedicated guild. But two is doable, I think, even if you are not super OP, if there are some people with well-built units. So I'm not sure if this is a friends guild or just some place that you are chilling or there is something up, but you definitely should try and look for a guild or try and make your guild mates do the guild raids because that will really help you gear wise, Manticore gear wise. And you can use the shop. Um, what you want to buy in the shop is the two main armor parts for every single character type. You want to buy all the orbs and you want to buy the earrings. So what you do not want to buy is rings, P-def items and magical def items because those are not really that useful for you. So those are the ones that you should be focusing on. Up after that, what you want is you want to focus on all the Manticore boxes, including the tier 6 ones. And tier 6 is good because it does not have duplicate stats. If you are really min-maxing, you want, of course, items that have duplicates, but while you are still building up, tier 6 is really good because it's a lot easier to roll 3 good stats. If you say have attack, crit damage and a manticore piece, you are already set. You just up it once and then you can reroll the force that into attack again. There you go. Almost, or not a perfect item, but a really, really good item. So that's definitely something to go. For instance, this chase item, if you have the resources like reroll tickets, just keep rolling it until you get a third line of attack, man. This one is almost perfect. I do not have such an item, so I'm a bit jealous of you now, hey. But at the same time, you have this on chase. It has like life steal, attack speed, crit damage. He doesn't benefit from life steal, and he gets a lot of speed and crit damage from his tier 2. Tier 2, I mean S2, so he doesn't really need that. This one is better for another DPS, but I understand if you do not have any other choices, then it's okay. It's just you really want to up it anyway to like 5 star, cause yeah, I know it's not up to you. You need more items, but anyway, buy the tier 6 boxes. as well as the 7 and 8 ones as much as you can. I think you do not get 8 in the shop, you just get them from killing bosses, but you get what I mean. Now, if you're also killing the bosses, other things you might want from the shop is the rune boxes, especially the weapon ones, because I saw that not all of your weapons have the 25% or 20% runes, like these ones, for instance. Those really help if you get them. So the weapon boxes, they help a lot more than actually collecting the normal runes. I would definitely go for that. Um, if you have any spare points, you can also buy enchants. The scrolls, that's not bad. It's a bit costly, but that's also helping. Now, again, I'm not sure how active your guild is. If you are doing guild wars, then you can get um, unique weapon fragments, unique treasure fragments, artifact fragments. All of those are really good. You can skip the Hanu stuff unless you really want to build her and just focus on those fragments. That's the best investment you can get from your Guild War points. And you also want to, oh, Guild War reminds me, if you do not want to run Nyx, you can run Scarlet in PvP too, since you already have her soul weapon that works as well. Okay, back to PvE. And again, if you have an active guild, then you can do guild conquest, which is a fun thing to do together with your guild. You do not have to be super competitive about it because that's whale territory. You really need well-built units. But you have an Urzi, for instance, who works on Vel'Kazar. Of course, you would need to have a higher unique weapon, but she does work. So you could use Urzi, you have a Mediana, you have a Loman, you could be either a DPS or a support character on Vel'Kazar. If you want to be DPS, you definitely have to build up your Urzi a bit more, but that works. You don't really have anything else that would work in Guild Conquest, I think. Um, you can also bring your Juno. So Juno, Mediana. If you build up your Loman, you already have 3 characters that can be a support setup in Vel'Kazar. So that should work, and that gives you like the Vel'Kazar runes and some artifact stuff, so it should be useful for you. You have a Kane, you can use Eclipse, him for Eclipse, that really works. You have a Rehart now, you just need a tank now with a Spirit Morphing, and Frey, you have all of those. This should get you to at least 20, maybe even 25 on Eclipse, so get him a unique treasure because that helps. What else can you do? Now, yeah, I said farm your gears, farm more gears. It's just Black Dragon is fine if you do not have Manticore. You don't need to really bother with lava gear. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Um, Sorry, losing my voice meanwhile. But yeah, Black Dragon, totally fine. Just farm it away like a madman for your stamina. Whenever you are not doing events, you can do Black Dragon stuff. Or if you want, you can, as you have already bought some of these stuff, you can use that for your supports. But this is again very min-max territory where you are going for the top end stuff. Um, Now, other aspects of PvE. I do not know if you have completed the story yet. If not, try and do that. Um, World bosses is, of course, one of the main PvE aspects of the game. So we can look into that. Now, your magic team is, of course, not really that great because you have been focusing on a physical path. So Mountain Fortress would definitely not be easy for you. You have a Sonya who can be your tank. You have a Mirian with a soul weapon. You have a Kirze. These all can run in the world boss one Mountain Fortress. You have a Theo who also works. You have Anne who works. You can run a Celica if you want. You can either run a Celica and Sonya or just one of them. Depends how much you die or don't die. So that's actually a mostly workable Magic team. It will not be competitive against Cloudie teams because Cloudie teams are just mad, but it works. Now, one big thing that you do not have is Lovril. You do have her, but she's on level 8. Get her up, man. Really, really. Lovril is incredibly powerful. Don't be scared of her being a crappy healer. She's not there for that. She's an incredibly good buffer. better for magic teams, but still unbelievably good for physical teams as well. If you have been watching, well, you have been watching my new path videos, you see that I picked her right away in the inn when she appeared over anyone else. I got lucky there actually, but yeah, she is just really that good. Bring her up to 5 star as soon as possible, and then transcend 5. Get her unique weapon if you can, and build her with crit damage gear. Now lava gear is good on her. Also, Twisted Dimension, so the Dark Legion gear is good on her. What you need to get is crit damage, because she shares a part of her crit damage with the whole, not the whole, the highest attacker in the team, which is really good. A good love reel will have over 300 crit damage. Of course, as you optimize the gear get enchants, you can get to 400, and I've heard of 600 plus in like really top end guilds. That's the bare minimum that they let you in with if you are running love reel in their team. So, but yes, 300 shouldn't be too much of a problem. Even mine has like 400, and I didn't tweak her that much. But yeah, you have love reel, use her, get her up. She will help you immensely. Your score will skyrocket, I promise you. Um, so yeah, Magic team is mostly those units. Miriam, Kirsi, Theo, Anne. You can get up Lavriel, that's already 6, and then you can use either Sonia or Salika or both of them, and you're set. Healing will be a bit sucky with this setup, but you should be fine, mostly. Yeah. So yeah, this is Mountain Fortress. Now Xanadus. Xanadus you can do with a physical team, and you have Pensiron. Pensiron is super OP. Build her, love her. She will really help her in a lot of content. Um, you can bring Mediana. You can bring Priscilla for buffs. You can bring Anne for immunity and cleanse. You don't necessarily need her, but you can bring her. You can bring Miruru for buffs. You do not need a fill up there because the boss can't be shredded. You can decrease her attack, so you don't need fill up there. You can either bring claws or you can bring a Loman. If you bring Loman, you don't need Anne. You can try bringing Rehartna, and yeah, I think that's already a workable team mostly for Xanadus. Pansy, she's really great there. Build her, love her. You already have her unique weapon, you have her unique treasure. She will be really, really good on Xanadus. She can do better than my Seria team, which really tilts me hard. Also, one thing you will need for PvE teams, however, is an Oddie. He doesn't need a massive investment, he doesn't rely on anything. Like a Transcendence 3 Oddie is already good enough for everything. You can make him better by getting him a unique weapon, but yeah, limited resources, I get it, man. Just even if you don't get him his unique weapon, just get the unit himself. Put him on the list, even if you don't like chubby bears or whatever he is. Just get him Panda. He's a red panda. Um, get him. He will help you in many contents by doing the reset, allowing your characters to be more bursty during burst windows, such as Xanadus, such as World Boss 1, if you were running Cloudie, but you aren't, so you don't need him for World Boss 1. But yeah, Oddie, very powerful, very useful, very underrated by those who do not use him. So get him, put him on the list, even above Waifus or Husbandos or whatever you like, man. Um, yeah, so for Xanadis, you already have Pensiron, you can build a physical team around her. It will work. You can get good scores with that, and that will help you get good artifacts. Um, and finally, for um, Proteanus, you have Chase. Cecilia is obviously better, but again, Cecilia depends on both Priscilla and Oddie to be present in your team, and you can do better by just having Chase, who is already 4 star 4. You get him good gears. Chase can still do quite well. Not as well as Priscilla, but well enough. And your Chase is pretty dope actually. Just get him good gears, get him a lot of attack because he really shines with that. And after that he will be fine. Build around that. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. Run a lot of dragons, try and get more manticore gear, and focus on some of the support units. Lavriel you have Loman, who is really useful. Get yourself a Leo for PvP. Get an Oddie. So these will be really helping you in a lot of content. And yeah, again, it's important at this stage of the game. It's important to have a very active guild with people who actually will help you in challenge raids, who kill together with you, guild raids, guild conquest, guild wars, because those are the rewards week by week that will make your account stronger and stronger. There is a point where the game doesn't throw free unique weapons and stuff at you anymore, and you really have to focus what you want to use. And units you don't want to use, like say this Gao, you can grind Gao. We have a Lilia with a soul weapon. Unless you plan to use her and build her, you can grind her. You have a Nia. Again, these things you can just grind. You don't have to keep unless you really plan to build these characters. But when you are on limited resources, you just have to make choices. I have been playing for a very long time, so my count is all over, and because of that, after like more than 1,000 years of years would be fun. So more than 1,000 days of playing, I only have one 5-star unique weapon because I haven't focused any unit. It works more or less, but it took a lot of time, and yeah, since you didn't start and you just need to catch up, it means you need to focus. So have to decide which units you want to run where and just grind everything else. You have a Cleo with a soul weapon. Cleo actually works also in Vel'Kozzar, so if you do not like um, Urzi, then you can try run a magic team with Cleo. But again, you need a guild that runs conquest and has a team for you. Also, I saw this orb, and maybe it was not the orb. Yeah, it was the orb. This is also a decent item. Get it up to T7, reroll the ACC, you have a good item. So yeah, these are the general things that I would tell you at this point. Um, One more thing is which trial to do. Now that's a good question, because you could go for Chase if you run him in a lot of contests. Chase is one of my go-to units. Yours is a bit better in terms of unique treasures, but mine is also 4-star and he carries me in a lot of content still. So you could try going for Chase, you could try going for Pansy, who is really great, and or you could go for a soul weapon for one of these guys if you want to do PvP more. But generally, try to focus on one character that you use everywhere, whichever you have fun with. And maybe that's the best advice I can give you. Make the character you love the most. If it's Nyx, then be it Nyx or Miruru or whatever. Build them strong, you will have fun with the game. And also decide what exactly you want to do. If you want to have like guild contents and stuff like that, then build at least some support heroes for those contents. Talk to the guilds or your own guild, see what they need. Maybe you can find a good home, or if your home already is good, then just roll with them like that. Okay, again, without seeing into your account, this is what I can tell you, but hope this is helpful. And as always, ask me on the channel. I'll be there, and I will try and give normal, useful responses. So thank you for all your support, man. Hope this video helps you, and I'll see you around. Bye bye, Cloudie out.